Good morning, YouTube. So today I'm gonna bring you guys a video on runes. Runes are so awesome. It's like your way of customizing your dragon. It's the coolest thing on this game. Like runes for your bases, runes for your dragons. Like I'll touch all that today. And any other questions you guys have about the game, shoot me a message, leave a comment, and I'll get to it within at least 48 hours. And I appreciate you guys who've been watching, liking, and subscribing. So let's get to it. This is my basic lineup that I run with. Let's just hit Necrix first off. We'll go ahead with Equip. And this is what I have on it. Mythic Elemental Barrier. Elemental barrier duration plus 0.77 seconds and Havoc. So off bat, let's look at this rune right here. It has two. It has the main one, which is the mythic elemental barrier, and it tells you its duration right there. Its secondary is a Havoc damage plus 0.36 seconds. Now, not every rune you get is gonna match. Not every rune secondary is gonna match the dragon that you're gonna put. Now, in a perfect world, you'll be able to match both of them on your dragon, and we'll touch bases on that a little bit later. But for what this rune does, I decided, you know what? Even though I'm not gonna be able to use the secondary on this dragon, its main purpose, it's gonna do justice on this dragon. So that's what I decided when I put this on. And plus I'm gonna have this dragon till obsidian, so it's a good move. So legendary rage. Legendary rage, it's what I call, typo blood right here. This is your universal rune. No matter what dragon you get in this game, it does not matter what dragon, I can't emphasize that enough, this rune will work. Now, there is different rage runes on this game. Let me rephrase that. There's a lot of secondary moves on rage runes. All right, so this one, for instance, it has rage plus cloak. Now, this dragon Necrix has cloak, so that secondary works amazing with this dragon. But let's go ahead and hit a Nuba real quick. And check out this one right here. I have legendary rage with experience gain. Digest that, guys. So pay attention when you guys use the runes on the dragons. Like, look at that secondary. That secondary is a game changer. Like, don't just, oh yeah, it's a legendary rage rune, like let me go ahead and put this on this dragon without looking at that secondary. Like, that secondary is key. Don't overthink it either and just be like, oh shit, like it's a Havoc and I don't want to waste it. Like, let me be real about Havoc. They kind of just replaced that move. Like, you don't see a lot of new dragons that have Havoc. It's 3 rage, it's a blue, like it's just it's not gonna work. So they replaced it with chaos, that Talon frenzy this guy has, and it only uses 1 rage. So Havoc is like an old move. It's an obsolete move. Like, they're not gonna come with it. So cloak, there we are. So I have a comment, and the reason I have a comment on this badass dragon, it's because I really don't have any other runes to put on it, and that's another thing we'll touch bases on. So without trying to jump around too much, it's just, I just want to shoot points at you guys while they're fresh in my head. So as you see, this is a lightning resist. It's not a cannon resist. It's not an arrow resist. It's not a flak resist. It's a lightning resist. So what runes essentially do is they intensify whatever moves that your dragon already has. So if it doesn't have that particular move or resist, you're just wasting a rune. Yeah, like if it's not on your main or in the secondary, you're just wasting the rune. And with that, let me get to this guy real quick, and let me tell you what I'm talking about. I have an epic rejuvenate gilf. This dragon does not have rejuvenate. Seems silly, but when you look, rage generation plus 2.7. Look at what I've got going on. Legendary wisdom, experience gain plus 11.3, rage generation plus 3.9, legendary rage with experience gain, epic rejuvenate with rage generation, and rage generation plus 3.9. I didn't check yet what else I have, but this dragon, it was really important for me to have this dragon build rage fast, because I mean, especially on a sorcerer, you rely on its moves, and this dragon has a lot of 2 rage moves, so I needed this dragon to be on top of its rage at all times. This sand move right here, it's only 1, but if you've seen my other videos, you know I rock that tectonic tomb, and I really enjoy that move, and it's a 2 rage move. So I wanted this dragon to be on its rage game. And then at the very end, I have epic lightning resist, increased lightning tower resist plus 3.4, and invincibility duration. Now, you know this dragon doesn't have invincibility, but again, this one isn't the best selection of runes for this particular dragon, but it's what I have, and I know it's what you guys have. Like, not all of you guys have, you know, mythic and legendaries. I mean, in a perfect world, that'd be so cool. But if it's what you have at the moment, and it's a dragon that you like, then put it on. Like, I mean, enjoy it. It's what you have. That's what I got on him. Aster, you know, I was just talking to my wife about this, and I was just letting her know, like, you know, I don't see a lot of people run my base with Aster, and she's a cool dragon. Now I have some cooler runes on her. I got legendary wisdom, experience gain plus 11, rage generation plus 3. Now, all right, check this out. So I have a mythic reverse projectiles. Reverse projectile duration plus 0.70 seconds, and rage generation plus 5.4. Now, this dragon, since it has steel essence, when it hits what's off of a red mage tower, it's gonna get reverse projectiles. Now, once the steel essence gets that move, this rune will actually work in its favor, and it'll extend the reverse projectile time to, you know, an extra 0.70 seconds. Now that's awesome. And think about that, guys. When you do equip a steel essence dragon, there's still a few out there, especially Rizar. Like, that's, you know, platinum legendary. Like, it deserves a cool rune. Like, if you're gonna put a rune, like, you could put a reverse projectile on that one, a rejuvenate on that one. There's a lot more options you have with steel essence dragon. So if you were wondering and questioning that, go for it. You know, like yes, it works. And if you ever have any doubts, shoot me a message in game or on this channel, and you know, I'll put your questions at ease. So then I have mythic wisdom with the rage, epic cloak with rage generation, and again, like I said, epic rejuvenate with rage generation. So this dragon, it's non-stop with the rage. Like, it's so much fun to use, and it activates at different times. So it's a real fun dragon to use. You know, I pause every time I see this dragon. It's just so beautiful. And same with this guy right here. I got the rage. So let's go ahead and see what I got. I usually, when I check out my runes, I like to hit rarity off bat. So I got a freeze here with increased archer tower resist. I actually got this one when they first released Canaris, and then they decided to change its moves. Okay, we got the invert. No need to use this on this dragon, even though it does have... So I'm very optimistic. I really like invert, but... And I'm hoping that that they come out with a hunter with invert. And you know what, guys, I apologize. I'm starting to shiver and just trying to make this video out in the cold, and it's not really working out in my favor. So we're gonna do this inside. So yeah, I don't want to use this rune, especially because I hope that they do come out with a dragon with that move, and we can use that. We have Battle Cry, which is a useless. I don't know if you've noticed this. Sometimes I'm going to talk to you guys about this. You get these badass, legendary, mythic, epics, and it's like Battle Cry. The last dragon I remember with Battle Cry was Kelsis. If you, I think it was Cooling. So like if you run it. If you hit Cooling and you have this dragon, I would say use it. Might as well just put it on that dragon, because I guess like the next dragon that has this move isn't until Emerald, and that's a long time to wait. Like, I've been playing this game for about 2 years. That's a long time waiting on something. Like, you notice I have a few of these here, and like another option is just to get rid of them and get that rune dust. A lot of cannons, a few rares right here, and then you got the commons. You see, I don't have a lot of these diamond shaped runes. Oh, we have Canaris. Alright, Canaris. There's so many. Like, on my all, I have this dragon with build up rage. But on my main, this is the way I run her. I have Epic Lightning Resist with Invincibility Duration. Rage with Experience Gain. Epic Lightning Resist with Invincibility. Invincibility with Freeze. And Mythic Earthquake with Invincibility. Now, I feel without, I mean, like, this Invincibility shield just doesn't go down for me. Like, it's just, it seems like it's, I'm Bubble Boy with this thing. Like, it just always has that bubble around it, and she's just an amazing dragon. Now, Tengu, I love this dragon, but knowing that it's coming to an end soon for me, I didn't want to up its runes. I left it at where it's at. Alright, so this one right here, Legendary Havoc Gilf with Evasion Duration. I put this back before they readjusted this. Havoc, like, you were able to use certain runes on these new moves, like with I'll pull this dragon up. I call him the reindeer. Off bat, I can't remember his name. So let's go ahead and pull this guy out. Tyrant, I believe. Oh. Let's see, maybe I didn't even do it. Yeah. Apologize, guys. So back then, this move right here, now it's called Lethal Barrier. Back then, on that same line, they gave you a double explosion rune. And then they swapped it on you, and so, well, anyways, let's see. So here it is right there. So I have the Lethal Barrier Explosive twice, and then it's an Explosive Shield twice. Now, why I left that there, it's just, man, it looks so cool while it's flying, and it's like rims. Like, why do people put rims on their cars? It's just, it looks badass. It looks cool. It's like you're cruising on a base, smashing with your peeps. Like, those things, like, they have bodies of their own, and I mean, they look so cool when they fly. Horrible reason for placement, I know, judge me if you will, but my Tengu was taking out your base and style. That's the way I see it. Plus, I knowing that it's coming to an end soon, I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm just gonna leave it alone, and just, you know, maybe one day if I'm low on some rune dust, I'll cash it in, but for now I'm just gonna leave it alone. Same with Turan. This is I could replace this easily with a cannon resist, a flame resist, something useful. But again, with Turan, like, I had him in my den. I have his Garnet Stone, but I'm just not a fan of warriors. Topic for a different video, but for now I'm just gonna leave it alone. Horrible placement, guys. Like, I'm the first to admit it. You know, judge me if you will, but it's just rims on my ride. That's it. Just, it is what it is. They look cool when they fly, and I'm a beauty whore, you know. I enjoy nice things, and that's why I left that there. Now, same thing applies to your base. Like, that's why I've always told my teammates, don't place any runes on your base until you feel like, yes, no matter what changes come up, like, this is what I'm leaving. I'll move around this. But again, if you have a horrible base, forget it. Just take the loss. Like, I mean, take the loss. You see, I have a few lightnings in the back, so I placed some lightning runes back here. I got a red mage, but if you can see on the bottom, it's a lightning tower super shot. Same thing on this base right here, which I'm real proud. You know what? When it comes to your base, this is what I tell most people: level up your mills as high as you can, and on that specific island, hit them with all the healing strikers you can. It's the worst feeling to take out a whole base and you're still at like 60%, 40%. 40% more 49%, give or take, and then it's all mills, and then they're just healing each other, and you just cannot take out that base. I have a bunch of epics and one legendary. The ideal thing would be to have mostly legendaries on this, but with what I've got right here, it works. So like I was talking about earlier about these, let's get to this real quick. So the double blast, legendary double blast. So it's an explosive shield, explodes twice with wind wall duration. Now this is a key thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. The only dragon that has this is Hugin, I believe, and Keiju. If you have these runes, place it on those dragons. Enjoy how cool this rune is, because it's just gonna sit right here and it's just gonna collect dust unless you pawn it. But ideally it'd be like, just put it on those dragons. Personally, I just wouldn't level them up because it takes a lot to level these things up. So just place it on those lower level dragons and just have a blast with it. Because honestly, there's no way that they're gonna come out with an explosive shield again. Like, if you think about it, if they come out with a divine blue explosive shield, we're all gonna throw a fit. Like, that move is it's not working out. So go ahead and use that. Same with Havoc. I think Eden and URD have this, where you can use evasion and Havoc. I think for sure URD. Place it on it. Like, it's a cool dragon. Invert, I'm just so optimistic. Like, you could put it on Kelvin. He's an awesome dragon, and you'll use him for a while. But just, if you guys have invert, just hold off on it, because I mean, Nightshade in my opinion was one of the greatest hunters that they made, and I just hope someone's listening and make a hunter with invert. All right, guys. I think I hit all the topics I wanted to hit. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and hit me up. And see you guys later.